Today, the topic is Genghis Khan. In April 16, 1162, the Yesugei and his wife Holan gave birth to a child named as Temujin. This newborn baby was the future Genghis Khan. He had 3 brothers Hasar, Hakyun, and Timug, and 1 sister Temulin, and 2 half-brothers Begtar and Belgudai. In 1178, when he was 16 years old, Temujin married Bort, who came from a friendly, neighboring tribe. But Bort was soon kidnapped by a rival Mongolian clan. Determined to get her back, Temujin launched a daring rescue mission which succeeded. Bort went on to bear Temujin 4 sons and at least 6 daughters. His father was poisoned by Tartars, who are the worst enemies of the Mongols. He was crowned as the names of Genghis Khan. Khan means ruler, and Genghis is based on the Mongol word Tengiz, which means ocean or widespreading. However, other historians suggest the name could come from Yengiz, meaning right, just, and true. Either way, pretty cool. Genghis Khan is the greatest emperor of the entire history. He created a big empire named as Mongol Empire. His mother name was Holan, and during Genghis' early life she taught him the importance of unity, especially in Mongolia. Holan went on to become one of Genghis' chief advisors. Then he started unity the Mongolian tribes. And created an empire. At the Battle of Yehuling in 1211, Genghis and his Mongol horde won a crushing victory in which they killed many thousands of Jin soldiers. The entire Jin army was destroyed, paving the way for Genghis' subjugation of the dynasty. 4 years later, in 1215, Genghis besieged, captured, and sacked the Jin capital of Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing. And also remember that Jin dynasty is not a small dynasty. China was just the beginning for Genghis Khan. After humbling the Jin dynasty, Genghis went to war with the Khwarezmid Empire in present-day Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. The war erupted after the Khwarezm Sultan had murdered some of Genghis Khan's ambassadors. In response, Genghis unleashed Mongol fury on the Khwarezms, storming city after city. The Sultan died while retreating from Genghis' horde, and the Khwarezmid Empire collapsed. It stretched from the Caspian Sea to the Sea of Japan, some 13,500,000 kilometers squared. Yet this was only the beginning. He had 6 wives and 500 concubines. The interesting fact about Genghis Khan is that 16 million men are alive that are descendant of the Genghis Khan, that are about 0.5% of the world population. Genghis Khan forbade anyone to paint his portrait or sculpt his image. After his death, his devoted followers captured his likeness in many ways and forms, preserving his image for future generations, though to this day, no one knows for sure what Genghis Khan actually looked like. One writer from the 14th century claimed that Khan had green eyes and red hair. Genghis Khan also established the concept of passport. While Genghis Khan was a merciless warrior, he was also a savvy statesman who developed written language. He was responsible for the deaths of as many as 40 million people. If you were born a Mongol, you were a part of the tribe in every facet of its society. This is evident in the fact that the Mongols did not have a word for soldier, as every member of their society was trained to be a part of their collective war machine, each of them learning to mobilize instantly. World War II was the deadliest war in the history of the mankind. However, the Mongol invasions proved almost as deadly, even though the world population was just 1/5 of what it was during the World War II. Genghis Khan killed more people than Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler combined. And remember, he also did all this killing when the Earth's human population was much lower than it was when Stalin and Hitler were in power. Most of Genghis Khan's most trusted generals were his enemies at one point or another. Genghis Khan adopted the Uyghur script as the official written language of Mongolia. He did the right thing. A legend says that once, when the Mongol horde defeated the Russian forces, they celebrated their victory in gruesome style. They took all the survivors of the battle, laid them on the ground, and put a wooden slab on top of them. The Mongols then proceeded to eat a victory feast over their enemies, watching as the last of the survivors were slowly crushed to death beneath them. Genghis Khan created the first international postal service, allowing people to mail parcels and letters to friends and family in other countries without having to hire specialized couriers. The postal service was similar to the American Pony Express. He died in August 18, 1227, but no one knows how he died and where he was buried. Today, Genghis Khan's face appears on Mongolia's currency. Mongol, more like Mongols. Ikkorig, or Great Tabu, is a 240 square kilometer piece of land in the Mongolian Khenchi province that was declared holy by Genghis Khan. Only an elite tribe of warriors called the Darkat and their families were allowed to enter, and anyone else caught doing so was put to death. It's rumored that Genghis Khan was buried somewhere in Ikkorig. We define him as a great man of the Chinese people, a hero of the Mongolian nationality, and a giant in world history, said Guo Wurong, the manager of the new Genghis Khan mausoleum in China's Inner Mongolia province. Genghis Khan was certainly Chinese, he left a big empire. The Mongol Empire continued to grow under Genghis' successors. At its height in 1279, it stretched from the Sea of Japan to eastern Hungary, covering 16% of the world. It remains one of the largest empires the world has ever seen, second only in size to the British Empire.